Hello everyone, welcome to the video series about Sri Rudram, specifically Namakam. In the last few videos we completed Anuvaka 1 and Anuvaka 2 and we started Anuvaka 3 the last video, and in this video we will continue Anuvaka 3. So let us recap what we discussed so far before we delve into the other parts of Anuvaka 3. So we started looking at all the three key terms, where we started with Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, and Jiva is the individual soul, what we are. Jagat is whatever we see around us, other living souls and all that, and Ishvara is that invisible force, if we want to call it. So in Anuvaka 1 we started looking at Ishvara's ferocious form, because we see a lot of aghoras and ghoras in our life. Aghoras are nothing but happiness or prosperity in life, and ghoras are nothing but adversities or troubles or whatever we go through in our struggles in our life. So whenever we see any of these adversities, we always feel that Ishvara is punishing us. That's why we started looking at Ishvara in a very ferocious form in the very first Anuvaka, and then we understood the concept of what is Ghora and Aghora, and then we understood what is Sanchita Karma, Prarabdha Karma and Agami Karma. And because of the Prarabdha Karma, in this Janma, whatever we experience it is because of the Prarabdha Karma. Once that Prarabdha Karma is activated, we will have to experience these Ghoras and Aghoras. And we started looking at Ishvara's weapons, and then we started looking at Ishvara around us in the Jagat, like in the form of sun, in the form of trees, in the form of ocean, rivers, mountains, everything. And not only that, we started looking at Ishvara inside us in the form of we initially started with looking at all the life forces we have, right? Pranas, upapranas, and then whatever the indriyas we have, all the five sense organs or the motor organs, all that. And then we started looking at different people around us and whatever the professions they are in, right? So when we see anybody with some talent, it could be IQ, it could be a talent, it could be that spark, whatever we want to call it, that is nothing but that buddhi chaitanyam. There is a consciousness inside that person that we are referring to as Ishvara actually. And we looked at all these professions like priests, warriors, farmers, businessmen, thinkers, landlords, engineers. All these professions we looked at in Anuvaka 2. And if you see, all those professions are needed for the betterment of society. If you look at any society, anywhere in the world, all these people are needed, and not only these people, a lot more actually. So, and not only that, we discussed about why we are in this vicious cycle. Even though we are in this karmic path or upasana path or jnana path, whatever we are, we always end up in this vicious circle because of this cycle or circle is called as samsara. We always have a desire. To fulfill the desire, we do some action, and that action will give a result. That result can be a success or failure, and that gives us an experience. Okay, and then we go to another desire, and along with that experience, based on the success or failure, we develop several other qualities actually. So that is what we discussed. So far it is good about all these professions. But in Anuvaka 3, we started discussing about thieves. So in Namakam, all of a sudden in Anuvaka 3, when it starts talking about thieves, that if you see Namah Sahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namaha Stenanam Pataye Namaha Taskaranam Pataye Namaha, Vanchate Parivanchate. So all these types of thieves we started looking at it. Now there may be a question where when we are talking about all these good professions that are needed for the betterment of society, all of a sudden what is this reference to thieves? See, the whole inner meaning behind that is whether it is a thief or a good person, whether it is a poor person or a rich person, whether it is a ugly person or a beautiful person, whether a person with a very low IQ or whether a person is with a very high IQ and intelligent. It doesn't matter. Whoever we take in this universe, the consciousness inside them is nothing but Ishvara. Okay, so that is what we are referring to, and that is the salutations we are giving to. Because see, a lot of these people, they may be doing bad things, but that skill or whatever is given by Ishvara, they may be using it for a bad purpose actually. That's how we should look at it. All we are giving is, we are giving salutations to Ishvara, that Buddhi Chaitanyam actually. So that is what we kind of discussed. So let us continue in Anuvaka 3. So today what we will do is Anuvaka 3, I think first 3 or 4 verses, it still talks about thieves. We will continue to discuss about that, and after that let us discuss about a few key important concepts from Bhagavad Gita also that is related to this. So, and also here when we talked about thieves, we kind of discussed at 4 levels of meanings actually. One is, yes, in this society there may be thieves who may be robbing things from people and all that. But we see thieves in our transactional world also. When we say transactional world, that is which is nothing but our day-to-day world. When we go to work, when we go to our business, in our personal life, professional life, business, whatever, right? In our friend circle, in our relatives, among our relatives, with our family, all that. We deal with a lot of people. That is nothing but transactional world or day-to-day world. Even in that, we definitely see those type of thieves. And not only that, thieves inside self. We cannot just blame that, oh, others. I see that kind of attitude in others, but yes, we have to do that introspection to see there are thieves inside us also. So we do that. And next level we went is, we looked at Ishvara and said, hey, you are the actual divine thief, and we are giving salutations, and we are requesting Ishvara that, hey, can you become the divine thief and steal whatever these qualities like avidya, ajnana, that kama, krodha, moha, loha, moda, mada, matsarya, all that, and all those other 8 pasas we talked about, all those bondages, we are kind of giving salutations to Ishvara, requesting Ishvara, hey, can you steal all those and give me jnana? So that is what we discussed. So now let us look at next verses from Anuvaka 3. The next verse from Anuvaka 3 is Namo Nicherave Parichayar Aranyanam Pataye Namaha. So here Nicherave means, let us look at again, this again it is talking about thieves. Nicherave means intelligent thieves. Okay, intelligent thieves is even in our day-to-day world. We see in the current society also, we see a lot of people who are so smart to scam other people. Okay, we see in the news every day people getting scammed. They are nothing but intelligent thieves, we can call them. They are very smart, but God has given them the talent, that spark or that skill, but it is being used for the wrong purpose. But that consciousness is still there even in those low lives also, but we are giving salutations to that consciousness. So that is what. Paricharaya means the one who goes around to cheat and steal. So there are always some people who is looking for these opportunities to scam others, cheat others, rob from others. Okay, and that is one way to look at it, and the other way to look at it is the mind also. Our mind is also, we can refer to it as paricharaya. See, our mind also it wanders all the time. So that is why they say idle brain is devil's workshop, they say, right? So our mind also, we will have to make sure we surrender to Ishvara, and if we have that continuous Ishvara Chintana, then the mind will not wander and it will not do any sinful acts. Paricharaya. Aranyana means forest thieves, people who are in the forests. So that is the kind of meaning of that verse. The second verse is Namah Skrukavibhyo Jigagam Sabhyo Mushtatam Pataye Namaha. Okay, here Skrukavibhyo means people going around with weapon and trying to punish, And Jigagam Sabhyam is the one that carry weapons to hurt animals. And Mushtata means violence thieves with mask, also crop thieves. Okay, even in today's world, we see crop thieves. When we say crop thieves, it's not just people going and robbing from farmers. We see a lot of such activities happening around us, in especially in India, where politicians are involved in that and all that. Okay, so it's not that when we say crop thief, somebody going and stealing crops in the night time, nothing like that. Okay, even today we all know how things are happening there, how many bad people are out there. So that is about here. Jigagam Sadbhyo means the ones that carry weapons to hurt animals. Is again, that is definitely another skill basically, but again it is not a good skill. Whatever the skill, that spark, that IQ given by Ishvara, they are using it for a wrong purpose, and again because of the prarabdha karma. Okay, the next one is Namo Simadbhya Naktam Charadbhya Prakrutanam Pataye Namaha. So here Asimadbhyaha means the one that goes around with swords and steal in the daytime. Naktam Charabhyaha means the ones who steals at the night time. Okay, so same thing we see even today's world. People look for every opportunity. In daytime, yes, they steal. In the night time, some people are skillful to do these sinful acts during the night time. Some people are skillful and they are dare enough to do it during the daytime also. Prakrutana means thieves by doing violence and killing. That is common activity again. So here what we are referring to is again Buddhi Chaitanyam, the Chaitanyam inside everybody, even inside that low life. We are referring to that. The salutations are given to that Chaitanyam, not to the person with that profession or skill actually. So next one is Nama Ushtishine Giricharaya Kulunchanam Pataye Namaha. Ushtishine means thieves with head turban or headgear. Giricharaya means thieves in mountains. Kulunchana means land grabbers or thieves who steal in houses basically. So here when we say land grabbers is, it's not that we are referring to people, bad guys or politicians who will go and do land grabbing and all that. But sometimes even in our life also, all of us, we may have some issue related to some assets among our friends, among our relatives, among our families, including us in some scenarios. So what the meaning here is, yes, when people are doing those acts, they have to be very skillful and smart. They should have that courage to do such sinful acts, and they should have that talent to do that. And we are giving salutations to that Chaitanyam inside them. Okay, again and again. We are not giving salutations to that particular profession. It is always about Buddhi Chaitanyam. The Chaitanyam, see, the whole inner meaning of Namakam is, especially this particular Anuvaka, is we are referring to that pure consciousness that is all pervasive inside everybody. It could be a poor person, or it could be a low life, it could be a thief, or it could be a very rich person, it could be a highly educated person, it could be a very honest person and all. That Buddhi Chaitanyam is all among them. That is what we are giving salutations to. So here from till this verse, so from the next verse onwards, it is about it's not about thief. So I think we will logically stop here, but we will continue to discuss something else. So here what I want to do is, we just want to understand more about this Buddhi Chaitanyam, not only that, and this whole samsara, how do we come out of these pasas and bondages, right? So that let us try to discuss a little bit about that. So couple of concepts today let us discuss. Okay, so whether you take Namakam, whether you take Vishnu Sahasranama, whether you take Lalita Sahasranamam, whether you take Hanuman Chalisa, you take anything, right? There is always an inner meaning behind it. And like we always discussed in our videos, the more we learn and the more we understand the inner meaning of whatever we do, it will benefit us. Basically, that's nothing but attaining the jnana. Otherwise, it will become like a regular ritual. Without we will continue to be in that samsara actually. So we will continue to be in these paths, whatever we are in, and once in a while we do this, and again we get sucked into this vicious circle. But we will have to, while doing this, we should not get sucked into that. That is the whole. When we chant Namo Bhavasya Hetyai Jagatam Patiyanam in one of the Anuvaka, second Anuvaka I believe, we are requesting Ishvara, hey, you have, we are giving salutations to you, you cut that samsara. Bhavasya Hetyai Jagatam Patiyanam means you pull me out of that samsara we are referring to, right? So, Ishvara is, we got all these in the form of Smruti, Smruti, Purana and all these, right? Whatever we are learning, right? So Ishvara gave all these, okay? And Ishvara, as part of lot of these Puranas, we always learn that Ishvara came in lot of avatars, right? So let us understand what is avatara actually. Avatara is nothing but, let us say, Avatarana. Okay. Avatarana is Ishvara coming down, basically. Coming down. Think of it as a ladder, basically. Ishvara is on the top of the ladder. He comes down, climbs down, basically. He comes down to do what? To do Uddharana. Our Uddharana. See, basically, the whole point here is, when we talk about a lot of these avatars, yes, those are good to listen to. We enjoy all these stories about all those avatars. But we need to understand, when we say avatarana is, Ishvara is giving all this Namakam, everything, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Lalita Sahasranamam, the whole Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, all that is given to us so that we can uplift actually ourselves. Okay, here what avatarana is, Ishvara is coming down to give us a helping hand. That helping hand is nothing but all these scriptures basically. So it is not that literally he is coming us and he is literally not holding our hand or anything. He gave us all these are nothing but the helping hand. Avatarana is, he is coming down to give a helping hand. Uddharana is to uplift somebody, uplift us basically. So when somebody is on the ground, when you want to pick that person also need to give his hand so that you hold that hand to lift him up, right? That is exactly when Ishvara is doing that avatarana to do our Uddharana, we have to give our hand as well so that he can uplift us, right? That is nothing but trying to understand all the inner meaning and try to apply it to our day-to-day life. That is one thing I want to discuss. The second thing I want to discuss is, there are 3 slokas from Bhagavad Gita, and I have been listening to those slokas for the last 4 weeks, almost every day actually. I like that so much, so I wanted to share so that we can tie to these, our pasas and this whole vicious circle, right? So let us go through those 3 slokas first. Okay, the first sloka is, before we go through these slokas, let me explain a little bit. So there are, if we are doing some karma, right? So whoever is doing that karma, that person is called as karta. Okay, and whatever he is doing as karyam. Karta is nothing but in English doer, whoever is doing it, right? Karyam is whatever that work that person is doing. So in Gita, it explains about these kartas, the doers. There are 3 types of doers actually, and if you see, we can apply that to ourselves actually. Okay, so let us discuss those 3. So those 3 are, the 3 types of doers are Satvika Karta, second one is Rajasa Karta, third one is tamasa karta. So you must have heard these three words, satvika guna, rajasa guna, tamasa guna and all that, right? So we are applying that to these kartas, doers, because we are the doers, we do everything, right? Every day when we wake up, we are doing something. We are as a father we may be doing something, as a husband we may be doing something, as a wife we may be doing something, as a subordinate, as a boss, as a business owner, and the list goes on. Our role changes throughout the day. In each role we are performing some karyam, some work, and we are the doer. And what type of the doer we need to understand. First we need to understand what these are. The first one, Satvika Karta, how that Karta is, it is explained in Bhagavad Gita like this. Mukta Sango Naham Vadi Dhrutyutsaha Samanvitaha Siddhyat Siddhyor Nirvikaraha Karta Satvika Uchyate. So this is very good. So basically in this sloka, Lord Krishna is explaining, see, before we get into that, when did Lord Krishna explained this whole Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna is during the Kurukshetra war, right? See, when Arjuna had that doubt whether he is doing the right thing or not, he was like very confused. He was in a confused state. Hey, I'm going to kill my brothers, cousins, uncles, and all of them are in the war. I don't know whom I am going to kill and all that. He was in such a confused state, and that is when Krishna explained him all the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna. So if you see, even in our personal life, every day we are in that confused state. We are always in a state, like I explained, as a father, as a mother, as a husband, as a wife, as a boss, or a subordinate, or a business owner, whatever we do, as a son, whatever we do, right? Every day we go through that confused state where, hey, am I doing the right thing or not? Is it right to do or not? And because of that, we always try to either procrastinate, or we always try to completely cancel whatever we are doing, whatever. I mean, basically we go through that. It's not, see, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of Arjuna actually. But the Kurukshetra war is nothing but our life actually. That is what we need to see whenever we look at any Bhagavad Gita sloka, this sloka especially. So, Mukta Sango Nahamvadi Dhrutyutsaha Samanvitaha Siddhyat Siddhyor Nirvikaraha Karta Satvika Uchyate. So, Satvika Karta, the doer who is a Satvika Karta, what are his qualities? Let us understand. First one is Mukta Sangaha. Mukta Sangaha means the person who is doing something, he will not have any deviation. Okay, he is like 200% focused on his work. He will not unnecessarily deviate himself and try to socialize with others and lose focus on that work. No, he will not do that. That is the first quality of Satvika Karta, Mukta Sangaha. Anahamvadi. Anahamvadi is, there may be some scenarios where a person, because of that person, that event or that work or that project, whatever you want to call it, may have become really successful. But this person, Anahamvadi is, he will not show any pride or any arrogance and any ego and all that. Okay, as long as he is Satvika Karta. Okay, that is another quality of it. Dhrutyutsaha Samanvitaha. These are three words. Dhruti means, in Telugu it is called as Dhairyam. In English it is called as daring or daring basically. I mean, without any fear, going without any fear. Satvika Karta will do any work without any fear, without any bad thoughts in the mind and all that. Okay, Utsaha means very eager to do, very motivated to do always. Okay, and then Samanvitaha. Utsaha Samanvitaha is very eager to do and motivated. Siddhyat Siddhyo Nirvikaraha. Here, Satvika Karta will, anytime we do any work, that may result in success or failure. Remember, we discussed here. Whenever it is a success, we always, especially the Satvika Karta, will not try to brag about himself or herself, or will not try to pat his or her back and all that. Okay. And whenever it is a failure, that person will not try to put blame on others, that right will not go into some agony and all that, right? So, Siddhyat Siddhyo Nirvikaraha means his attitude, his personality will be same irrespective of what the result is. It could be success or failure. Okay, this is where we make a lot of mistakes, like we discussed in the last videos. Right, whenever we see result, based on that experience, we develop so many qualities, like we discussed about ego, arrogance, pride, and if it is failure, we discussed about hatred, jealousy, all those qualities, right? So, Satvika Karta, the doer with these Satvika qualities will not do that. Irrespective of what the result is, he will be same. Okay? So, that is the first one, Satvika Karta. Okay, now let us go to the next one. Rajasa Karta. Okay. Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako asuchihi harsha sokanvitaha karta rajasa parikirtitaha. So basically here it talks about person with rajasa qualities. Okay, a person with rajasa qualities being a karta, how that he or she will do is ragi. Ragi is the first word, is ragi is always a deviated mind. So if you give that person a work, his or her mind is always deviated. The focus will not be on that. The focus will be on something else. He will try to go and socialize with others. He will not focus on this work, but he will focus on other activities. That is the first quality. Karma phala prepsuhu means that Rajasa Karta, the doer with this quality, karma phala prepsuhu, means the focus is always on the end result. Instead of doing the work, this person will be focusing on, okay, what if the result is going to be like that? What if the result is going to be like this? Okay, what would I do next? And all that. By doing all that, he is kind of not really doing this work. Okay, he is always focusing on the result actually. Okay, that is one quality. So these are all bad qualities actually when you see. Rajasa. Satvika are good qualities, we all should have, but Rajasa is not good. Okay, next one is Lubdaha. Lubdaha means whenever we have to do some work, like let us say we initiated some project, some thing related to our personal life, professional life, or business or whatever, right? We should not contemplate on spending either time or money and all that on that. Okay, without spending time and money, if we are expecting the result, that is nothing but a Rajasa Karta. Okay, so here Lubdaha means this person does not want to spend either his time or his money or whatever other resources, but this person is expecting the result. Okay, that is one bad quality. Hinsatmakaha, basically always doing some violent acts. It need not be physical violence, it could be mentally causing inconvenience to others, causing some type of violence basically. So that is another quality. Asuchihi. Asuchihi means this is good. See, Asuchihi means we see this in our professional life especially, right? Like if some person does a work, it will be very clean work, it will be perfect. You don't have to go and clean any mess there, because that is how it is done if the Satvika person. The Rajasa Karta, the way they do it is, they will do some work, but couple of other people need to go and clean up all that mess. Okay, that means Asuchihi means it's not like not being clean or nothing. Basically, it is like when they do the work, it is not done diligently, it is not done perfectly. There will be so much imperfection that few other people will need to come and fix it basically. So that is another quality of Rajasa. Harshasokanvitaha. Okay, Harshasokanvitaha means again same thing. Like whenever there is a success, patting his or her back and then blowing the trumpet that oh, I did that, I did this and all, or if the result is failure, trying to blame it on others or crying and all that. Those are the qualities of Rajasakarta. Okay, so far we discussed Satvika Karta, Rajasa Karta. Now the third one is Tamasa Karta. Okay, this is the sloka. अयोग्धः प्राकृतः स्तब्धः सटो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते. So these are the qualities of tamasa. Okay, let us see what it is. Ayogtaha means totally deviated completely. Okay, if that person is given that work, that person will have that work on his or her plate, but he will do something totally different. He will lose the focus on this. He will totally do something different. Prakrutaha. Prakrutaha means a person who is always rude, who is always obnoxious. Okay, and not without focusing on the work, without doing the work, he will give answers in a very rude way. That if somebody asks the status of it and all that. So that is another quality. Stabdaha means disrespectful. Like for example, if this person is taken to somebody with a better experience, or if it is an adult and things like that, to seek their guidance, to seek the suggestion and all, this person will be very disrespectful to them. This person will think that, oh, why would I need to listen to this person? I can do it. He won't do it, but he will think that why should I give respect to him? Why should I listen to his suggestion? So that is nothing but stabdaha. Okay. Shataha means any time that person does any work, there is always a bad agenda behind it. Okay, even though he will be very nice to others, he will say that, oh, I will do this, I will do that, but the end result will be totally, how do you say that, in a very cheating way and with his or her own personal agenda. That is nothing but shataha. Naishkrutiha means again causing severe inconvenience to others. Alasaha means lethargic and lazy, not doing anything. Okay, these are all the qualities of tamasa. Vishadi means this person, tamasa means he will always try to avoid work. Okay, if somebody is trying to, if that person thinks that, hey, they are going to give me work, he will try to act as if he is not healthy, as if he is going through some pain and things like that. I mean, I would say in US, especially in IT industry, this vishadi, we can use that because a lot of people use that, what do you call, I'm on call, I'm on call. Whether they are really on production, on call or not, they will use that. Before even we go and ask them for any help, they will say, I am on call this weekend. They will say. That is nothing but vishadi. That is the quality of tamasa. We all may have done it, okay? So, we are not pointing to one or a few persons, okay? Dirgha sutricha, okay? Dirgha sutricha means the one who will, that person can do that work. He has the capability to do it, but this person will always procrastinate. This person will always postpone. Okay, let me do it tomorrow. Let me do it day after tomorrow. Okay, that is another quality of tamasa. So what we did here is we try to see the three key qualities, okay, of the kartas, the doers. We are all doers. We are all kartas. Like I said, every day we play a different role. Multiple roles, not different roles, multiple roles during our whole Jagruta Avastha, awakened state, right? The whole 16 hours, we'll be playing different roles like father, mother, husband, wife, boss, subordinate, all that, business owner and all that. So during that, we will be the karta doing some kind of work, some karma, some type of karyam, and we will end up in one of these three categories basically. See, all of us may have parts of this, and parts of these, all three qualities. I mean, we cannot say that this particular person is entirely Satvika, this is entirely Rajasa. No. We all possess some qualities from this, some qualities from this, some qualities from this. So, the reason why I wanted to discuss is because we have been talking about this samsara, this vicious circle, right? Whenever, see, as a during our transactional world, Vyavaharika world, yes, we are going to have desires, no doubt in that. We have to earn money, we have to fulfill our desires, we have to fulfill our responsibilities as a parent, as a son, as a daughter, or at our workplace and all that. Definitely, we all need to earn money, we all need to fulfill our desires. So whenever we have desire, yes, we do some karma, okay? And when we do this karma, this is where we will become this doer, the karta, okay? And then we will experience the result. As part of that result, based on that result, we will experience that ghora. Whenever the result is success, that will become a aghora for us. Whenever the result is failure, that will become a ghora for us. So this is where we kind of need to understand where we are. Are we part of Satvika, Rajasa, or Tamasa? Okay. If we end up with any qualities from this Rajasa category and Tamasa category, we will always have these other byproducts like we discussed, right? Pride, ego, hatred, jealousy, and all these pasas also. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, all that. And those key bondages, hatred, caste favoritism, gender favoritism, all this, I mean, it's endless bondages, pasas. So every time so that is why there is one more thing that we need to understand is, there is a word in our Shastras, it says that Atma Lochana. See, Atmavalochana is nothing but self-reflection or kind of introspection. Okay, every day if we can do this, okay, self-reflection, introspection. What are the actions I did? Okay, how many times I became karta, the doer, and for each of this, what were my qualities? Was I possessing all the Satvika's qualities, or Rajasa, or Tamasa? Then we will know what exactly. So this is very important. This daily Atmavalochana is very important. If we do this, then we know what qualities we possess, and then based on that we can figure out, hey, how do I control this whole vicious cycle? Okay, and then that will indirectly help us not to go through this whole ghora, like adversity. So the whole idea is, like we discussed in Satvika, right? Irrespective of the success or failure, that person's attitude will not change. That is the Satvika quality. That is what we need to attain, and that is exactly what Namakam is also kind of teaching us. So this is what I wanted to discuss in today's video. So we are still in Anuvaka 3. Hopefully in the next video we will continue to complete Anuvaka 3. Okay. Thank you very much.